Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all, that way you never miss a future upload. Another day, another drama, and today we're going to be talking about Trisha Paytas exposing both James Charles and Jaclyn Hill. Before we get into that, if you haven't seen my previous video titled Tea Overflow, I will link that in a card up over here, as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. So the other day, Trisha Paytas is on her Frenemies podcast with Ethan Klein. If you don't know who Ethan Klein is, he's from H3H3 Productions, where he has his own channel as well as another podcast channel with his wife. And recently, he's been involved in a scandal with James Charles, where he accused James Charles of copying his hoodie design for Teddy Fresh. Now, James Charles denied this, and then he said that he didn't really have anything to do with it except for one color design, which is very similar. And then he goes on to say, well, it looks like another one is an exact copy. And since then, Ethan has yet been able to drop this entire situation. It's been almost a month now, and he is still going on about it. He literally just put another post out about it today, and I'm like, Ethan, just stop. Ethan's like that friend who you went over to their house and you drank the last soda from their fridge, and he's like, you drank my last soda every time you get into a fight about something and you won't let it go. You're starting to look extremely childish at this point, and it's time to just stop. Just let it go. Anyways, I digress. So they were in their podcast and they brought up James Charles because Ethan decided to dress up as James Charles for one of his Halloween costumes because, again, he can't let this entire situation go. But this is what they had to say about James Charles on their podcast.
Whatever.
Anyways, you look great, and you do look like James Charles. You should do, like, I don't know, maybe, I feel like you love James Charles low-key. Like, I feel like you're kind of, like, fond of him. The way you were with me, remember you kind of, like, hated me, but then you're kind of like, oh, I kind of, like, fond of this person.
No, I don't think so. I think he's just a douche, to be honest.
I mean,
after
everybody
interacting with
says
him,
that. Yeah.
I don't feel like you're. I feel that you're crazy, but I don't think you're a douche.
No, yeah, I get you. Yeah, I think he has
I think
a bad
he's
heart.
a douche.
Mhm.
I don't know if I don't know him well enough to say he has a bad heart, but like,
He's pretty evil. That whole beauty community
really?
is evil. Like,
I
Tati
think
and...
he's evil.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
You know, I've never met him. Just everybody I know has, like, horrific experiences with him. Like, horrific. And I'm not trying to be that person and be like, oh, I know stuff. Like, I don't really know because I don't know, but just, like, things I've heard. I mean, I heard he's, like, actually, like, a horrible person, just, like...
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So there, Trisha says that a lot of people that she talks to says that James Charles is a horrible person behind the scenes. Now, again, we don't know what kind of person anybody is because they only show us who they want to show us on the camera. So somebody can act completely different behind the scenes. But what I want to know is, before Ethan interrupted her, she said that whole beauty community is horrible, like Tati, and then Ethan cuts her off before she can say the next person. And it looks to me like she's about to say Shane. I could be wrong. Maybe she was going to say Jeffree, but I swear there was like an S sound starting to come out where she was going to say Shane. So I don't know. I wish Ethan wouldn't have cut her off so we could have got some more information out of her. But she did say that in the podcast that everybody behind the scenes says that James Charles is a horrible person behind the scenes. And then they go on to talk about James Charles doing that lie detector video, and Ethan says that that guy will lie during your videos just so you can have the video that you want. And he'll just say, yes, that's true, or no, that's a lie, depending on what you want him to say. And he says that that lie detector isn't credible because Ethan took that video that James did and re-edited it so it looked like James Charles did lie during the lie detector where the guy said that he was telling the truth because, again, Ethan just can't let this entire thing go. But anyways, let's go ahead and go on to Trisha Paytas exposing Jaclyn Hill over on her Instagram story. Trisha Paytas took to her Instagram story to call out Jaclyn Hill, saying that Jaclyn Hill has threatened to sue channels that talk about her, as well as being a terrible person behind the scenes, just like James Charles. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Trisha had to say over on her Instagram.
Also, I don't really like to, involve myself in drama these days. But guess what? I like to talk. I like to gossip about what public figures put out on their public platforms. And guess what? You can't sue someone for talking about you if you're a public figure. You post those photos, boo-boo. You parade your boyfriend around, boo-boo. You set the timeline, boo-boo. Jaclyn Hill threatening to sue people I know because I talked about her in a video. Come for me. Sue me. Bring those expensive, fancy lawyers to me. I'm just going by what I see, girl. No hate. I just hate watching your boyfriend. She's a little punk behind the scenes. She be talking. Oh, Jeffree talking about Trisha. Jeffree doing all this. But she never wants to say it publicly. Just threatening the little guys behind the scenes. Come for me, Jaclyn Hill. Also, homegirl got mad because I said she had hairy lipsticks. Don't put hair in your lipsticks. You're known for lipsticks. You're known for makeup. Don't put out hairy lipsticks. That's like me. I'm known for being problematic, but I don't cause drama. and this is not about her ex-husband, who she is to her ex-husband, but she's just a period. She talks about me on the phone to people. She's gonna come back. Don't play all innocent and cute. Clarify this has nothing to do with any of her exes, and she should be thankful that they're a lot classier than me. And okay, this is about her saying about me, saying my friend Jeffree called me a mess, a all this stuff when I was hanging out with the mutual last year. So you're going to talk about me and say my friends are calling me like, that's my issue. That's my issue. Everyone else will be getting canceled, but because Jaclyn just hides when she doesn't have a little product out, people kind of forget about her. And I get it. She's forgettable, but I don't forget. I don't forget. And you keep talking about me, saying Trisha just needs to shut her mouth. I don't do that. As you're a public figure, so I don't have to. Before people say, like, oh my god, Trisha has a problem with everyone, she's always getting in drama. No, I just call fake people. Like, I let a lot go. I see shit, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so annoying, or that's this, that's it. If it doesn't pertain to me, I keep it moving. If it pertains to me and your name comes out of my mouth repeatedly, and it's just and lies and threats, I just stand up for myself. Like, nobody really does that. I stand up for myself and my friends and my family, and that's it. Jaclyn thinks she can control people by being like, oh, they signed an NDA. I've never had anyone in my life sign an NDA. Because what are you hiding? I didn't sign an NDA. And you're a public figure. People are allowed to talk about you.
And let's be honest, it doesn't matter what Jaclyn Hill does. She could grow Jaclyn Cosmetics to a multi-billion-dollar brand, and she's always going to be known as that person that launched Harry lipsticks. It's something that's going to stick with her and her brand forever. It's just the way that it's going to be. But the fact that even Trisha Paytas is saying, hey, you only come around when you're looking to sell something, when you have a new product to sell, the fact that somebody who's not even involved in the drama community is able to see that, it's like, okay, maybe Jaclyn will finally start to see that that's what she's actually doing as well. For that to come out of Trisha Paytas' mouth and for me to actually agree with something that Trisha Paytas is saying, I know that Trisha Paytas is a giant troll, but this is something that she's actually spot on about. And I'm like, okay, Trisha actually sees it. Why doesn't Jaclyn see it? But if what Trisha is saying and Jaclyn is threatening to sue channels behind the scenes for talking about her, Trisha is right. Jaclyn is a public figure, and as long as people aren't spreading false lies about her and they're actually just reporting on what she is saying and what she is doing, she has no right to turn around and sue them. So I don't know what Jaclyn thinks that she's going to accomplish, but we all know that rich people will take people to court and constantly keep them in court and just hold them up in the court process because that costs money, and they win battles like this, and the other person ends up losing because it doesn't matter if they're right. The other person is going to just bury them in court fees, and they're not going to be able to support themselves, and so they end up dropping the case because they can't support themselves, they can't support their family, and they have to drop it because they can't continue on anymore. So if Trisha is telling the truth and Jaclyn is threatening to sue people behind the scenes, that's just absolutely gross. I understand, yes, go after people who are spreading lies and spreading false information, but channels that are reporting on just what you're doing and things that are happening and it's the truth, there's no reason to be threatening those channels. But that is everything that I have for this video, so I'd love to know what you think about everything down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all. That way you don't miss a future upload. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!